Hello and welcome to the channel. Thanksgiving Eve 2025, Washington, D.C. Two young National Guard soldiers, 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom and 24-year-old Andrew Wolfe from West Virginia, are standing post just blocks from the White House. They had literally been sworn in for this D.C. security mission 24 hours earlier. Sarah even volunteered to work the holiday, so someone else could be home with family. Then out of nowhere, a lone gunman walks up and opens fire in what officials are calling a cold-blooded, ambush-style attack. 6 shots from a .357 revolver. Sarah drops. The gunman leans over and shoots the fallen soldier again. Andrew takes multiple rounds trying to help. Another guardsman returns fire, dropping the attacker. Within minutes, the scene is swarming with Secret Service, FBI, and D.C. Metro. The two young troops are rushed to George Washington University Hospital in critical condition, fighting for their lives after emergency surgery. And the man who allegedly pulled the trigger? 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national who flew into the United States in 2021 on Operation Allies Welcome, the exact program designed to rescue our Afghan allies after the chaotic Biden withdrawal. Lakanwal didn't just slip through the cracks. He worked directly with the CIA in Kandahar as a partner force member. He was granted full asylum in April 2025. He had a wife and children in Bellingham, Washington. And sometime in the last few weeks, he got in his car, drove 3,000 miles across the country with a loaded .357 Smith & Wesson, and, according to federal prosecutors, came to the nation's capital with one mission: to kill American service members in uniform. By sunrise Thanksgiving morning, the FBI is calling it a coast-to-coast investigation. Search warrants are being executed at his home in Washington state. Interviews are happening in San Diego. Evidence response teams are combing the crime scene block by block. The revolver and shell casings are already on a jet to Quantico. And at a fiery press conference, D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro looks straight into the camera and delivers a message to the suspect lying wounded under guard in a hospital bed. You picked the wrong target, the wrong city, and the wrong country. You will be sorry for the violence and the evil you perpetrated in our nation's capital. Charges are already filed. 3 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed, plus possession of firearm during a crime of violence. 15 years mandatory on each assault count. But Attorney General Pam Bondi went on national television and made it crystal clear. If either soldier dies, the Justice Department will seek terrorism charges and the federal death penalty. That monster should never have been in our country, she said. We will do everything in our power to make sure he never sees the light of day again. President Trump, speaking from Mar-a-Lago last night, didn't hold back either. He called the shooting an act of terror and an act of evil, directly blamed the Biden administration's vetting failures, and used the moment to declare that the attack underscores the single greatest national security threat facing America today. He promised the most aggressive immigration crackdown in history, starting immediately. Back in Martinsburg, West Virginia, the shock is visceral. Andrew Wolfe grew up there, small town, everybody knows everybody. Posts about him are being shared thousands of times. Classmates, diner waitresses, old teachers, all in disbelief that the kid they watch play high school football is now fighting for his life in a D.C. trauma ward. Sarah Beckstrom's family is keeping vigil too, praying the young woman who volunteered to stand post on Thanksgiving pulls through. And the questions are exploding faster than investigators can answer them. How does a CIA partner from Kandahar, brought here to protect him from the Taliban, end up allegedly gunning down American troops on the streets of Washington? What happened in the 4 years since he arrived? Was there radicalization nobody caught? Mental health collapse? Or something darker that multiple background checks missed? The FBI says it's too early to declare a motive, but they're digging into every phone call, every social media post, every associate overseas and stateside. Meanwhile, the political firestorm is already white-hot. Trump and his administration are using the attack as Exhibit A for why every single Afghan resettlement file is being re-examined, why temporary protected status for multiple countries is being revoked, why the border is about to become a fortress. Critics are warning against collective blame and rushing to judgment before factor in. But when two kids in uniform are clinging to life and the alleged shooter is someone we airlifted out of Kabul as a rewarded ally, the conversation isn't going to be calm or nuanced. Right now, Sarah Beckstrom and Andrew Wolfe are the only thing that matters. Two young Americans who raised their right hand, put on the uniform, and stood the post so the rest of us could grill turkeys and watch football. Tonight, their families are in hospital waiting rooms instead of around Thanksgiving tables. Whatever the motive turns out to be, whatever charges ultimately stick, one thing is already undeniable. A quiet D.C. street just became ground zero for the next chapter of America's war home. Pray for Sarah. Pray for Andrew. Pray for their families, their units, and the investigators who haven't slept since the shots rang out. We'll be following every new detail as it breaks. Drop a salute emoji or just get well soon for the troops in the comments. This one hits different. See you in the next update. Stay angry, stay vigilant, and hug your people tight this Thanksgiving.